Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you thought the Bills' offseason was going to be calm, think again. The NFL never stops, and the buzz around the league right now is centered on a potential blockbuster move that could redefine the AFC East and send shockwaves through the entire conference. We're talking about a possible trade that involves none other than Chris Jones, the all-pro defensive tackle from the Kansas City Chiefs, potentially heading to Buffalo. Yeah, you heard that right. The Bills might be on the verge of acquiring a game-changing interior presence that could elevate their defense to a whole new level. Let's back up a bit and set the scene. The Chiefs, currently sitting at a 6-5 record, are facing some financial constraints after locking in Patrick Mahomes with that mega deal. It's no secret that Kansas City is tight against the cap, only about $8 million remaining. And they're also looking to bolster their roster with younger talent on the offensive line and at wide receiver. The defense, which has been a bit leaky this season, especially against the run, has some tough decisions to make. Meanwhile, Chris Jones, the disruptive force who's been terrorizing quarterbacks since he was drafted in 2016, might be available for trade. Sources whisper that the Chiefs could be willing to send Jones to Buffalo in exchange for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's a pretty significant return for a player of Jones's caliber, especially considering his production and dominance. Over his 10-year career, Jones has accumulated an impressive 450 tackles, 78 sacks, and 12 forced fumbles. His PFF grade has consistently hovered around 92. And he's a double-team nightmare, with a 65% rate that often leaves offensive lines scrambling. His pressure rate, EPA per pressure, win rate, and forced fumble percentage are all elite, making him one of the most disruptive defensive players in the league. This move would be a game-changer for the Bills, especially on the interior line. With the injury to Ed Oliver and the ongoing issues with other defensive linemen like A.J. Epinesa and Shaq Lawson, Buffalo has been patching and fighting to keep their run defense afloat. Adding Jones would immediately boost their ability to stop the run, improve their pressure on opposing quarterbacks, and create more one-on-one opportunities for their pass rushers like Von Miller. Think about it. Pairing Jones with Daquan Jones, who's also been solid this season, could push Buffalo's interior defense to new heights. The numbers speak for themselves. Jones in 2024 has been a force, with a PFF grade of 92, 5 and a run-stop percentage of 36%. He's healthy, consistent, and ready to make an impact. And let's not forget the AFC East implications. The Bills, sitting at a strong 7-4 after signing Cooks and dealing with some injuries, are already looking like playoff contenders. But adding a player like Jones could push them into the upper echelons of the league. It's not just about stopping the run. It's about creating chaos up front, forcing turnovers, and setting the tone for a dominant defense that can carry the team deep into January. Buffalo's defense, which has been improving all season, could take a giant leap forward with Jones anchoring that middle. His ability to collapse the pocket, stuff the run, and generate pressure on third downs would be invaluable, especially against high-powered offenses like the Dolphins or the Chiefs themselves if they meet in the postseason. Now, the Chiefs' perspective is interesting. They're reportedly eyeing their future, trying to stay flexible financially while still competing. They're also focusing on youth at offensive line and bolstering their wide receiver core after losing some key pieces. Losing Jones would hurt, no doubt, but with the cap space and a roster that's still competitive, they might decide that a draft pick and some cap relief are worth it. It's a tough call, especially for a team with Super Bowl aspirations, but smart management sometimes means making tough decisions. If the Chiefs do part with Jones, it would be a significant statement that they're planning for the future, and Buffalo would be quick to capitalize. For the Bills, acquiring Jones isn't just about filling a need. It's about signaling their intention to be serious contenders now and in the future. His presence would elevate their entire front seven, creating mismatches and freeing up their linebackers and secondary to make more plays. The synergy between Jones and Daquan Jones both interior disruptors, would be a nightmare for opponents trying to run or pass against Buffalo. It could also help Von Miller get even more one-on-one opportunities, which he thrives on, especially in critical moments. The fans are already buzzing with excitement. Imagine the possibilities, getting to see Chris Jones in Bills jerseys, wreaking havoc in the AFC East, leading Buffalo's charge toward another deep playoff run. The Bills' coaching staff would have a versatile weapon, not just against the run but also as a pass rusher. His ability to collapse the pocket from the inside makes him a perfect complement to their existing pass rushers. Plus, with the season winding down, every game counts, and adding a player of Jones's caliber could be the difference between a first-round exit or a Super Bowl appearance. Of course, there are always questions and uncertainties. Will the Chiefs actually pull the trigger? Can Buffalo afford the cap hit? How quickly can Jones adapt to their system? Those are all valid concerns, but the potential upside is enormous. This kind of move, if it happens, would send shockwaves through the league and would undoubtedly make the Bills a top contender once again. The AFC is already competitive, but with Jones, Buffalo could be the team everyone fears come playoff time. In terms of the bigger picture, this trade talks reflect a broader trend in the NFL, teams prioritizing interior disruption and pass rush dominance. The game has become heavily reliant on pressure up front, and players like Jones are rare commodities. Buffalo has been building a strong team, but adding a player like him could be the final piece they need to truly contend for the title. It's a bold move, but we all know that the Bills are not shy about making bold moves when the stakes are high. Looking ahead, if Buffalo manages to pull off this trade, it would be a statement to the league and a huge boost for their Super Bowl aspirations. The odds might shift, the narrative would change, and the Bills would be seen as a team that's all in to bring another Lombardi trophy to Western New York. Fans are dreaming of the possibilities of a defense that's ferocious, relentless, and nearly impossible to beat. And with Jones anchoring that line, those dreams could become a reality much sooner than we thought. So buckle up, Bills fans. The offseason is heating up, and it looks like we're in for a wild ride. Keep your eyes peeled, because if this move happens, it could be the kind of game changer that defines the next chapter of Bills history. We're on the edge of a potential revolution in how Buffalo approaches their championship chase, and it's an exciting time to be a fan. Whether or not it all comes true, one thing is certain. The Bills are always in the mix, always fighting, and always aiming higher. This is what makes being a Bills fan so special, believing that the best is yet to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe Chris Jones can transform this Bills defense and push them over the top? Or do you think it's too risky or unlikely to happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills. We love hearing from the community, and your insights help keep this conversation alive. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Bills news. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come. Let's keep the passion alive and continue pushing for that Super Bowl dream.